$965 billion. That's not a typo. A company barely 5 years old is now worth nearly $1 trillion. Anthropic, the makers of Claude, went from a small team of ex-OpenAI researchers to one of the most valuable private companies in history. And now, they're racing toward an IPO that could rewrite Wall Street's rules.
It started with a defection. In 2021, Dario and Daniela Amadei left OpenAI over safety concerns, taking a small team of senior researchers with them. Together, they founded Anthropic with one radical idea: build the most powerful AI in the world, but make safety the product, not an afterthought.
The valuation growth is staggering. From $4 billion in 2023 to $18 billion in 2024, then $61 billion by March 2025, and now $965 billion in May 2026. That's a 15.7x surge in just 14 months. No company in history has scaled this fast.
Revenue tells the same explosive story. Anthropic was running at $1 billion annualized in early 2025. By August, it hit $5 billion. By year-end, $10 billion. And as of May 2026, it's running at $47 billion. That's a 47x ramp in about 16 months, the fastest in AI history.
What makes Claude different? Constitutional AI. Instead of training with human feedback alone, Claude follows a written constitution, a set of principles that guide its behavior. This makes it more predictable, more controllable, and crucially for enterprise customers, more trustworthy.
That trust is paying off massively. Claude now dominates enterprise coding with a 54% market share. In the enterprise API market, Anthropic controls an estimated 40% versus OpenAI's 25%. Enterprises are betting their entire workflows on Claude.
The AI race has three titans. Anthropic at $965 billion, OpenAI at $852 billion, and Google's DeepMind backed by a $2 trillion parent. But Anthropic is the only pure-play AI safety company with enterprise-first DNA.
The investor list reads like a who's who of tech. Amazon has invested $13 billion, with commitments up to $33 billion. Google has committed up to $40 billion. Salesforce saw a 100x return on its early bet. In total, Anthropic has raised over $132 billion across 18 funding rounds.
To train frontier models, you need insane compute. Anthropic secured deals across all three major clouds: a $100 billion AWS partnership, Google's next-gen TPU access, and even a $1.25 billion per month SpaceX Colossus GPU rental. 10 gigawatts of combined capacity. The Pentagon Controversy looms large. The Department of Defense initially blacklisted Anthropic, yet the Pentagon deployed its Mythos model anyway to patch critical cyber gaps. Anthropic is now suing the administration over that blacklisting. Its Mythos model solved 73% of expert cybersecurity capture. The flag tasks, that capability cuts both ways.
The race to public markets is already underway. SpaceX just completed the largest IPO in history at $1.75 trillion. Anthropic filed in June, targeting an October listing near $1.8 trillion. OpenAI is preparing its own filing for early 2027. Whoever lists next sets the benchmark for the entire AI industry.
If Anthropic goes public, who benefits? Amazon and Google as strategic investors, semiconductor companies like NVIDIA and Broadcom, cloud infrastructure plays, and potentially new publicly traded AI safety-focused ETFs that track the entire sector.
But the risks are real. Anthropic is still unprofitable despite $47 billion in revenue. A 20x price-to-sales ratio is historically extreme.
The Pentagon lawsuit could limit government contracts, and cloud dependency means AWS or Google could become competitors overnight.
Whether Anthropic reaches $1 trillion or faces a correction, one thing is clear. AI is reshaping every industry on the planet. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit subscribe for more deep dives into the companies building the future. Drop your thoughts in the comments below.